From an outsider's perspective, St. Louis is a city highlighted by its failures. Crime, poverty, and pollution have established our city as one of the most infamous in the country.
However, that's not to say we have a failure of a city, because it falls on the citizens to determine their city's worth, and we know plenty about how many successes, both small and large, make our city the most special in the world. The Cardinals, the music, the zoo, the pizza that we know is damn well better than Chicago's. We have a lot to celebrate in this city, but let's just focus on one for now. The St. Louis library system is widely regarded as one of the best in the country, if not the best. But why? What sets it apart from other cities? Also, in a time period where libraries seem to get more irrelevant by the day as technology continues to advance and people become more dependent on the internet, how have they managed to keep their relevance in today's society? While answering these questions, I will be delving into each the past, the present, and the future of the library in order to solve the riddle of its success. The St. Louis Library first got its start in 1864, when citizen demand for a public library in the city eventually led Superintendent Ira Divel to establish a subscription library as part of the public school system. Divel intended the library to act as a supplement to public education and as a means of self-education and culture. To quote, "A library truly meant for the whole people, like the schools themselves." Around 1893, the free library movement that was sweeping America eventually reached St. Louis, which led the city electorate to transfer the library from under the Board of Education to an independent board supported by a property tax. Under the leadership of Frederick Cruden, himself a national figure as a founder of the American Library Association and an early president of said association, the library advanced to the front rank of American public libraries. Popularity and heavy usage of the library would lead the board of directors to search for funding for the means of building a dedicated library building. Luckily, Andrew Carnegie, an extremely wealthy steelmaker, reached out in 1901 to make a gift of $1 million to the library system in St. Louis, which would now be equivalent to shortly over $35 million. One half of his donation would be used to construct new branches, and the other to construct the St. Louis Central Library, which has now won several awards for its stunning architecture and is regarded as one of the most beautiful libraries in the country. Due to the efforts of Ira Divel, Frederick Cruden, and other inspired and industrious peoples, plus the generous gift from Carnegie, St. Louis was propelled to the forefront of the library scene in America, and that strong foundation both culturally and monetarily is a big part of what has allowed it to continue to impress in today's society as well.
Something that makes our library one of the best in the country, I think is, I know I mentioned this earlier, but our building here, Central, is such a gorgeous building. We have a lot of historical buildings in our system, which I think are kind of exciting, a lot of those original Carnegie libraries. And other things I think that are important about our system is we are, kind of like I mentioned earlier, staying on top of the trends and really trying to identify what needs we could be providing to our customers before we've let too much time pass or anything like that. Also, our maker spaces, creative experience, are an exciting resource that we offer. We also do kind of exciting things outside the box of what you'd expect at your library. We offer free period products, diaper supplies, all of that for customers to come in and pick up for free to kind of help meet that community need. A maker space is a space that has kind of like cutting edge technology resources available for customers. They include everything from, like I mentioned, like 3D printers and things like that. It's a lot more resources that customers can make rather than just coming in and using a computer. You can go home with something at the end of the day. We provide a lot of services. So we have an entire outreach department. We have adult outreach and also early childhood outreach. And both of those teams go out to daycares, schools, provide story times for young kids. And for adults, we go out to assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and provide technology outreach or do programs at those spaces. Other services we offer, we have a whole library of things collection, so you can check out things beyond books or audiobooks or CDs and movies. We have everything from fishing poles to telescopes, binoculars. We also have MADE passes. If you want to visit the makerspace that's down kind of close to the loop, you can check those out and go for free. You can even check out Chromebooks and hotspots from the library. And other resources we have is our programming. At all of our locations, you will find free programs that customers can attend for all ages. Everything from story times to programs on owl watching, a little bit of everything out there for folks to attend. We offer a lot of online resources that have online classes that customers can take, or they can even meet online with a tutor. We have ones that are for adult learners and will help you with everything from finances to even like applying for unemployment, or if you need assistance filling out forms, things like that. They'll provide all those sorts of assistance too. So our youth services department has lots of resources for the young kids in our community. One thing they do is they have, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's a bag they give out at hospitals to newborns to kind of, here's your first library card. So that's something we offer. We also do a program called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, and the goal of that is to get kids to read 1,000 books before they reach kindergarten. Something they just started this year is a graduation ceremony for the kids that do complete those 1,000 books every year. We do our camps, which are probably our best attended youth services programs that we have. A fun one we have coming up is called Earn a Bike, where kids get to actually work on and build a bike with a local nonprofit called B-Works, and then they go on a bike ride at the end and take their bike home with them. We've also done Earn a Computer workshops with them too, where you get to learn all about the inner workings of a computer and then take one home with you at the end of that, I think it's a 6-week program. Other youth services programs, we also offer like homework help and assistance. We have regular like craft drop-in programs customers can attend. We even do take and make kits, so kids can come in and pick up a kit full of items for crafts and things like that they can create too. We provide a space customers can visit no matter what they have going on in their life. If they want to start a new project or craft, or if they're just looking for somewhere safe for shelter, we provide those services for everyone.
How did the library manage during the COVID lockdown?
It was an interesting time. We kind of had to take a look at what we were doing and decide how we could transition things virtually as much as possible. So out of that, we did a lot of virtual programming. It was a lot of phone assistance, doing Zoom appointments with customers if they needed help with something, a lot of email correspondence back and forth, and we saw customers start to use us in a new way. Our ebook usage went through the roof. Database usage, all of that really went sky high when customers weren't able to come in our doors. And other things we started doing during that time was really promoting our curbside services.
Yeah.
So while we were still in our buildings, customers could just pull up outside and we could deliver them their books and materials. And I can speak for my spaces in particular because they're spaces people come in and create things. What we started were offering online forms. So if people wanted a 3D print or large format print or even laser cut projects, they could upload their projects through a form and then we'd create them and they could come pick them up curbside, which has stayed really popular. So we're still kind of going with that format. So as horrible as that time was during the pandemic, I think we did find a lot of helpful things and learn new things about how customers would use our spaces that we are still continuing to do today. We've managed to keep our doors open to everyone just by, I guess probably a big thing is the staff who keep returning to our buildings and coming every day to help provide that assistance and support that customers are looking for and why they come visit us. So probably a big thing in that is how we train our staff and help retain staff here at the library. I think knowing you've really had an impact on someone is kind of what makes this job so special, is that you're having a lifelong impact on customers, and you may not even realize it. One big thing we've been doing lately is our Chromebook and hotspot checkouts, and they are all checked out. Every single one we had about, I think it was 8,000 Chromebooks and 8,000 hotspots, and our community checked them all out. So there was definitely, that was a resource meeting a need in our community. We also have other technology includes, we have virtual reality, we have green screen spaces, so if someone wanted to come in and like film a promotional video for their business, they could, and we have all the resources that they need here in the space. We have laser cutters, 3D printers, we also have recording rooms, and then we have, in our creative experience maker spaces, we have different computers. We have these Microsoft Surface Studio computers that are equipped with lots of different software that would be really expensive if someone wanted to purchase and have on a computer at home, so they can come use them here at the library for free. I think the staff are what make our buildings are beautiful, but I think our staff are what make our buildings so special. They create those memorable experiences for customers when they come in. And without our staff, we wouldn't have these wonderful libraries, because they're the ones who provide the services and the resources to all of our customers that visit us. I think our ideal community would be everyone in our community. I think that is a huge part of the mission of the library, is we're here for everyone, and our doors are open to everyone. Our doors are open to everyone, and I think that would be our ideal community, is just having everyone in our space. In 20 years, I think the library will definitely look different. I always think of the library as a community meeting space, so I think it'll continue to kind of go in that direction as a place where the community comes and visits and comes together. I think we'll still have books on our shelves. I don't see that going away, but I do think maybe we'll see our spaces change a little bit to have, who knows what could be the new trend in 20 years. It may not be maker spaces, there could be something new.
So the library intends to keep its ear to the ground and make sure to keep up with the trends?
Definitely. I think the goal for the future of the library really connects back to our strategic plan of just connecting our community with the resources that we have available at the library and helping to better and benefit the lives of the members of St. Louis. Some things I think we have kind of on the horizon are always looking at different ways we can use our buildings and our spaces. So one thing that we've been doing, I feel like I keep going back to the maker spaces, so I apologize, but our Julia Davis branch, where we just opened our latest space, we used what had previously been a space for collections and an old computer lab and turned it into this cutting edge maker space. So we're definitely looking at doing things like that at other locations too. And hopefully kind of continuing to grow that. We continue growing our youth services programming. Where we're seeing that we're really meeting a need, we continue to grow in that direction.
How's the St. Louis Library, or how does it intend to keep its relevance in a time where technology continues to advance? And it seems like libraries kind of lose their relevance a little bit.
I think something we've been doing is, I think our maker spaces are one thing, and trying to keep ourselves relevant and keep on top of those technology trends and not fall too far behind. I think what we've really noticed is with customers kind of shifting away from print, they still check out a lot of our print materials, but we're noticing a higher use in digital. So that's been something where we've been looking at growing our digital collections. And then as far as our maker spaces, it's just making sure we continue offering cutting edge trends. So trying to keep on top of those resources.
Let's revisit the questions we introduced a bit ago. What sets our library apart from others? Well, that would have to be our services that are provided other than just renting out media. Camps, programs, and lessons, and almost anything you can think of for completely free. The library here in St. Louis isn't just a library, but has been transformed into a place for the community to come together through the hardworking and dedicated staff and the ingenious ideas that they come up with and manage. That's definitely enough to set us apart from other cities. Secondly, how do they intend to manage in an era where libraries tend to lose their relevance? By keeping their ears to the ground and making sure they keep up with new and upcoming trends, just like how they completely shifted their plan of business during COVID, the library is able to evolve into whatever it needs to be in order to serve the community. This elasticity is what makes us special, and what will continue to make it not only stay relevant, but to thrive down the road.